So, good day, everyone. I am Genesis Biobras, and today we are presenting our research study. So, our research study is all about the evaluation of the knowledge and understanding of the BSMT surgery students on the hazards and navigations. So, our researchers are Alvarez Genesis, Cabalho Brunet, Celestial Aldrin, Fernando Adrian, and also our leader, Malavega Alvin Clyde.
So, today's navigational equipments are amazingly accurate as our world moves further towards technological development. Although we should not deny the fact that accidents are inevitable, even with this sublime technological innovation. With these problems that are frequently seen in the navigational field, which may cause mariners to face severe incidents, injuries, or even death, the study mainly focuses on an evaluation of the knowledge and understanding of the BSMT third year students on the hazard to navigation. So next slide please. So our statement of the problem is the study will evaluate the knowledge and understanding of the BSMT third year students on the hazard to navigation. Specifically, this answers to the following questions. 1. What is the profile of the respondents in terms of 1.1 age and 1.2 gender? So next. 2. What is the level of knowledge and understanding of the BSMT third year students on hazard to navigation in terms of 2.1 at sea, 2.2 at anchor, and 2.3 at port? And third, is there a significant relationship between the respondent's profile and the level of their knowledge and understanding? And lastly, the fourth, based on the result, what intervention may be proposed? So,
To move on to data gathering and analysis, we have Renette Cabalhog to present it.
So, result and findings. This chapter shows the presentation, analysis, and interpretation of the data gathered in relation to the level of knowledge among third-year BSMT students of University of Cebu, Lapu-Lapu, and Mandawi about the hazards to navigation. So these are the insights. As shown in the chart, the average point of the respondents is 10.9, which is 54.50% in taking our quiz type of survey questionnaire. Therefore, the performance of the respondents are at average level. So next is the age. After analyzing the data, it shows the most of the respondents were either 21 years old with an average of 50% or 35 students, or 20 years old which were 38.6% or 27 students of the total population. The data also shows 4 respondents with the age of 23, 2 respondents with the age of 24, and 2 respondents with the age of 20.
For the next data or for the next graph, we can see the gender. Based on the data shown, most of the respondents were male. Out of 70 respondents, only 2 of them were female and the rest were already male respondents. So for the next slide, we could see the table 1, which consists of the scores on the assessment of hazard to navigation. In the first column, we could see the scoring. In the second column, we could see the frequency. In the third column, we could see the percentage. And for the last column, we could see the interpretation. As shown in table 1, the score range of 10 to 14 marks the highest number, consisting 51.43% of the respondents obtaining an average score. This is then followed by 21.43% attaining a low score, and 8.57 got a score which is considered very low for their year level, while the remaining percentage of the students who answered were considered students with very high knowledge about this topic. This shows that majority or more than half of the respondents has sufficient knowledge on the hazards to navigation.
Table 2. Correct answer by questions. So these are the correct answer and their percentage. So next page. Next slide. Next. So analyze interpretation. In almost of all questions, more than half of the respondents got the correct answer, except for the question number 8, 10, 13, 15, 16, and 19, wherein 31.4%, 37.1%, 40%, 42.9%, 44.3%, and 47.8% got the wrong answer respectively. So next.
So overall, in our conclusion, according to the data collected and analyzed related to the evaluation of level of knowledge and understanding of maritime students to navigation hazards, it has been asserted that the respondents who answered the survey belong to the criteria having an average knowledge of the topic, and only a few got the high average or stand out the most. In our study, the higher the score the students gain, the higher comprehension that they have towards the hazards to navigation, and the lower the score of the respondent receives how hazards to navigation, and the lower the score respondents receive shows their lower level of understanding to the topic. As a result, the maritime students' level of knowledge and understanding is limited to the fundamentals with room for improvement given their survey results. In regards of the anchor theory, this simply implies that danger exists in every sort of situation where there is an operation. As a result, in order to prevent potential danger or harm in the event of hazard, we must be aware about and evaluate our knowledge and understanding of navigational risk. And also, with further ado, we have a recommendation. Actually, we have three recommendations. Based on the data gathered and analyzed, there are some of the recommendations which could be considered. Number one, Number one, we are recommending that at least once a month, an assessment of navigation hazards be performed for the benefit of the students for them to be aware of the threats in the port, sea, and anchor. Number two, improving the performance of maritime features in order to provide students with a better understanding of the hazards to navigation. And lastly, learning about navigation hazards through a hands-on activity that expands students' knowledge of navigation hazards. And overall, our study is not perfect, and we are always open for room of improvement. So if you have any ideas, suggestions, or advice, we are humbly asking for it to improve our study. And thank you and have a great day. God bless.